Hey everybody, and welcome on back to Building with Whip. Today is the final episode before the World Tour, episode 149. Today we're going to be focusing on finishing up a few last little things around this area. Last episode, however, though, we did come in here, build up this awesome thing. We built up this cool section right over here, really focusing on making a detailed little alleyway that felt really nestled in here. We also added in this house right here as well as that banner. Today's episode, however, we're going to be focusing on this little area right here, building up a new shop that's going to be overhanging this area quite a bit. Super pumped, super excited for that. However, I do have a question for you guys to get this one started out here. First off, I showed off this new flower I made last time. It's the allium. I recreated the allium to look like this guy, kind of like a shorter lilac bush, but a lot more purpley and everything. I'm very, very happy with that one. Let me know what you guys think about that one for first and starters there. If you guys like it, we'll keep it. If y'all hate it, I can get rid of it and go back to our lollipop flowers. Anyways, though, second question, kind of a unique one. Somebody recently was like, hey, Whip, you want to come play some mini games? And I was like, dude, I've actually never played a Minecraft mini game. So I'm curious, how many of you guys out there, like, what's a part of Minecraft that you have never experienced? Whether playing on like an RPG server that you want to try out, I guess. So playing on an RPG server, playing on like a story-based server, a big old SMP role-playing server. Maybe like you never played mini games. What was that old like Cops and Robbers or something like that? I don't even know really, guys. Also, new texture stuff is in here. Overlay textures are back in place. Very happy with how these are looking. I think it looks super cool. Over on for a lot of them. So we got the stone brick. We got some stuff with like our gravel kind of overlaying onto the sides. Did a bunch of texture pack changes in the last episode. Kind of just as we were going throughout the episode. Stuff I thought would be kind of cool to have and fun to mess around with. Anyways, that was super fun. Today's episode, though, as I said, we're going to be focused on this guy right here. Sorry, Coda's downstairs with a toy, apparently. We're going to be working on this stuff back in here. Basically, we're going to be starting out with just a little bit of a front entryway right throughout this part, which I think will be pretty cool. This is basically going to be where the shop is kind of located to start at, like this. We might want to go ahead and bring you in and bring that. Yeah, okay, perfect. So that lines it up. So we're basically going to have this. The shop, first floor will be back in this area. We're going to be using some fire coral blocks and everything like that. And then out here along the front, I want to go ahead and do bam, bam, and bam. And then this area right here, I don't have any on me, but I want to kind of block that off. So you have to actually enter in through this a little bit. But we'll see kind of how all that stuff's going. I'm very excited to give this a shot. I actually want to go ahead and bump you out right there. I think that means, because I want to have these both be 3 wide, which means we can kind of go ahead and bring this thing out here just like that. That'll be perfect. So we can go ahead. All these guys are going to come up to being 4 tall. So we can have our good little height and everything like that going throughout. And that should be good right there. I'll tell you guys what though. Let me go ahead and get a little dirt frame back in here so we got some place to build on. And I'll get the first little bit of stuff done on here and I'll be back to you guys and we can keep on moving forwards. All right, everybody, welcome on back. So we're finished up here, just grabbing up a little bit of concrete because I want to be trying to mess around with adding that in, getting a little bit more color in here in this build, or I guess we're using gray, so not a whole lot in the color format, but you know, the intent's there. We'll be okay with this. I'm really excited to show you guys what we got going on so far. Also, the city's looking super cool when you're walking up to it from this direction. Can't wait for all this stuff to just be completely filled in. Man, we got to work with those overlays and fix that stuff. That is a little problematic. We'll fix that here in the near future. Maybe we can go ahead and just extend all the slabs out by another 1 block or something like that. That'll probably fix it. That being said, though, it's time to come up here and work on this structure a little bit more. I went ahead and got in the walls and kind of the border frames for what it's going to be looking like. Got a floor in here so we can just have some place to stand. And I decided to bring in some polished andesite throughout those areas just to make it a little bit more interesting. That being said, though, we're going to be starting out with some fire coral here so we can use all this good stuff. That guy does not need to be there. So basically, we're going to go ahead and bring these guys all the way up to the top. They are going to die, so we're just going to kind of let it do its thing right there. And then do boom, boom, and bring you up to the top here. And I'm thinking we want to go ahead and have our doorway kind of right here. That was my plan, is to do the door right there. And then I'm thinking I want to go ahead and do another window right. Oh, no. Save it. Cool. Still got the live coral. Haha. I wanted to use white stained glass windows for this one. I think those will look pretty cool. And then beyond that, Where do I have a door in here? I do have a door, so I'm thinking we could go ahead and do this, and I will probably get rid of that guy, fill this in with some stone brick. I want that wood back, actually. I'm kind of running low on smoke wood, which is surprising seeing how much of a forest we chopped down over there. All in all, this is kind of what I wanted the base floor to be looking like. I think it's going to be a really cool way of doing it. I love these stone bricks. I made them overlay on dead coral as well, and I think that turned out super cool. Beyond this, though, we're actually going to go ahead and do kind of like a rafter thing going along here. So we're going to basically bring these dark oak stairs out all the way to here, and then we can go ahead and basically just bring them all the way out, going like this all the way across. And I'm super pumped for this one. I think it's going to make this build look super cool if we can go ahead and kind of achieve this look here of some rafters really just kind of stretching out and holding up whatever we're working on. I think that'll give it a really, really cool feel, I hope. We want to make sure that they're all facing upwards, though. I'm thinking right there is probably a good way. So we got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. After that, though, what do we want? I'm thinking I want to try some spruce wood up here. Maybe if we go ahead and do some spruce wood right through this area. I was thinking we could go ahead and start it out with doing them like this. So we can do that weird little way that we've been doing it before where we kind of stretch all these things out. Just going to do these as some placeholder blocks right here. So I want to go ahead and do some spruce wood like on the dots there where we have that dark oak wood stacking up previously. After that, I want to bring in some stripped oak in here just to make that like inner area a little bit cooler and a little bit more detailed than what we can without that stuff. Up here, we are going to be using this. And I want to experiment for now. I want to go ahead and turn these into the stripped logs, just make it a little bit more manicured, a little bit more prettied up, seeing as we are in the middle of a city here. So we want to make sure that it's all kind of prettied up logs. I know we have those on a lot of the houses, but I think for this is going to be kind of a fancy shop. We can go ahead and jump back up here onto the top, get rid of all these guys. And I really want to show you guys kind of the way that we go through building all this stuff up. So we can go bam, 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 and bam, bam. So bringing that up. 3 more blocks, and we're basically going to be doing the same here with our oak wood, going all the way throughout, and then like this, and then this point right here, we actually want to go ahead and do a little action right like that. We're going to be throwing another window in there, I think. Always getting more and more windows in these builds. As many windows as we possibly can is basically my goal. And that should be good there. Then we can go ahead and switch back to the oak and bring them all the way up to the top. And do I have, let's just go and throw one of these guys down here. Polished andesite, for some reason, I feel like it's just such a great block for like pillaring up and using as like a placeholder. It just stands out so much. I love using it for that. But so there's our second floor right there. Looking really cool. Beyond that, I want to go ahead and kind of experiment with at the base of these. I want to show you guys kind of the ideas I'm thinking for detailing this stuff up. I don't have any... I want to have some spruce trapdoors. Let me go ahead and jump down here real fast, guys, and grab them, and then we'll be back up there real quick. Okay, so I think we're going to stack... Actually, I was thinking about originally doing 1 floor on here, but I think we're going to actually do 2 floors and try and get this guy to go up pretty high. I think it'll be a lot cooler if we can get it looking a little bit taller than that guy, so it kind of overpowers what's in the alleyway, meaning that whole strip right there is going to have to come down, unfortunately. So it doesn't overhang and block everything, but I think overall that'll be okay. I wanted to experiment with some jungle leaves in these areas, and then we can go ahead and jump up here just to kind of do this stuff. Down here, though, I was thinking we could go ahead and use some flower pots and some alliums, our brand new flower. I think I showed you guys that in this episode as well. But last episode, I ended up retexturing the allium because I didn't want the lollipop flower. So we got this one now, and I'm very, very happy with it. Then we can go ahead and do those guys. And then that should give us a little bit of extra detail bit throughout there. And then I wanted to bring in those spruce trapdoors to bring in a little bit of a shutter or something along the lines of being a shutter. So let's see if we can't pillar our ways up here. Then do bam, 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 and bam, and kind of close those guys down. And I think it'd be really, really cool to have this look in here, just make it a little bit more detailed. So something like this should be pretty cool for our second floor here. I'm really, really open because this is kind of, yeah, you know, I like that. I think that is a good look. I think that's something that we can work with moving forwards. That being said, though, let me take that roof off, or not the whole roof, just that edge trim, and I'll be back to you guys so we can work on the second and third floor. All right, we're taking one roof and making it look a little derpy and weird looking so that we can bring another building here and make it look super awesome. So what we're doing here, though, is I want to go ahead and, yep, I did make it early morning. We just changed the day out. I wanted to go ahead and take a little dark oak trim right along here, bring this guy out another bit so we can add some extra detail. I was thinking if we can go ahead and add some little bit of fence guys down here below it so that we can have a little bit of extra detail to it. I think it'll really help bring us out. And this is where I want to start bringing in some of that concrete. So we have these spruce walls or spruce strip log that we're using as kind of a border throughout this area. So I wanted to go ahead and kind of keep that intact here so we can bring these guys all the way up to the top like that. And then let's just go ahead and stack all of them up. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we can go ahead and do that here as well. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So after this though, I want to go ahead and basically bring in some light gray concrete. I thought this would be kind of a cool way of doing it. So we're going to bring in some light gray concrete like this, creating a little bit of a 3x3 area with a window smack dab in the middle. You can do that right over here as well. Do our little window bit, bring you up here, and that should be good for like detailing this area out. However, though, it's way too smooth to just leave like this. So we do need to go ahead and bring in those little bits that we were doing down below. 1, to help like tie it all in together, but 2, mostly to just make this concrete area look a little bit more roughened up. So we can do this, throw the flower pot on top and drop an allium on there. I think that'll really help kind of sell the idea of what this area is kind of meant to be, or what this building is meant to be, where it's kind of cleaner, but it's still got those same tendencies as the rest of the city by using all these flowers all over the place. That being said though, we're moving up to our next floor here. And at this point, for a little bit of a transition piece, I wanted to go ahead and bring in those little sticky outy logs again, where we can get them just straight up like hanging right out here off the edge. And I think it'll be super cool if we can go ahead and do this. So I wanted to go ahead and bring in some more spruce logs and bring those guys all in throughout this area right here, and just kind of do a little bit of action right like that. So at this next bit, I want to go ahead and further mess with it and bring in some more concrete. This time though, I want to do some white concrete. However, we're going to do this one a little bit different. So I wanted to have this one like, because white concrete can be so bright, I wanted to have it recessed a block. I was thinking if we could go ahead and, but in here we're going to go through another one of those guys. So I was thinking we could go ahead and make a little bit of like an A-frame area throughout here and move these blocks in just a little bit. And I think it'll be a super cool look for us. Sorry, Coda's in the background playing with the toy. No, that actually was going to go right there. Let's see here. We want to go ahead and actually stack these guys up down below. I'm trying to figure out how we can get this onto the top with creating that little bit of an A-frame. So you're going to go right to there. That's going to be it. Sorry for the loud cars going by. It is a weekend day, so I thought it'd be okay, but apparently it's never okay. But yeah, so we can go ahead and bring in our spruce bits right up in here, get those guys all detailed out, and we can see this area right down here that should be looking pretty cool so far. Let's go ahead and ender pearl our way over to the last building we made, or not last building, a few buildings ago. Ooh, yeah, I like that a lot. That's looking really cool. I think that's a good way, and then we'll actually get a little bit of a height variation against that guy, so this one will be a little bit shorter, which means that we can actually bring the top of that little trim bit in there. I didn't really realize that, so that's pretty cool. However, I'm thinking that we want to go ahead. Oh, hello. Ooh. Okay, we're good. I was thinking we want to go ahead, and I guess we might have the perfect amount. We can go ahead and do a little bit of a thing right along here like this, and then just kind of to help create a little bit more of a shape to it. I think that'll look pretty freaking cool. And I forgot the block. And back up I go. I'll be back with you guys here in a little bit, and we can go ahead and tackle the roof on here. All right, so overall, I'm really liking the shape of this house, building something or another so far. I think it's got a lot of cool depth to it. However, there are a few little things I want to modify throughout here. I do need to, there's our little crafting table. We want to go ahead and, I'm using jungle wood here to make just extra little bits of detail throughout this build and making it kind of come more alive. So I wanted to use a different form of like a roofing block that we haven't really touched before, or a different type of wood for it, because we got the red of the acacia, we got a spruce wood right here, and we got like all the other ones all over the place. The jungle wood, however, that I have in my pack is green. So I was thinking we could go ahead and bring in some of this cool green jungle wood here and make something super detailed and just super cool and make it stand out a lot. So I was thinking, first and foremost, I wanted, can we get that? Can we? Yeah, look at that. Perfect. So I wanted to go ahead and kind of bring these little sticky outy bits right here. Just kind of as like another little bit of an awning cover to help bring those concrete colors in. And kind of staring at that and being like, I like the concrete. I like the color in there, but it's still too smooth. So we need to roughen it up a little bit. I think that does the perfect amount right there. This house is going to actually, this building is going to look really, really cool in the end, I'm hoping. However, after that, let's go ahead and ender pearl our way up to the tippy top right here. And then up on top of this guy, we're going to basically just be stacking the stairs going all the way up here to the top. And we can go ahead and probably bring you like this. Actually, we want to go ahead and move that one out, don't we? We want to have that little bit of an overhang there and then bring that out. So we can go ahead and bring you into here. And then we want to go ahead and get rid of you like there, and bam, and bam. And then this right here is actually where they come together. So I was thinking we go like this, and then out on this side, this is kind of where we can go ahead and bring in another one of these little bits right there, just to help get that extra, that kind of like that conversion point. Because right here, it'd be like that would come down there, that would come down here, so that actually fill and create a full block. So we want to go ahead and kind of replicate that as much as we can. It doesn't make it mob proof, unfortunately, but we're doing the best we can within the city. It's okay if we got a few mobs running around here doing their thing. As long as overall the city looks super cool and is somewhat safe, I'm pretty much okay with it. So these guys, we're actually going to be taking them straight back all the way back here for now. I kind of want to go ahead and throw a little tower peak on the top of this so the roof's not super flat, but I feel like because of the shape of this house, we probably want that flat straight line roof, and I think it would actually look a little bit better. So I'm thinking for now, we'll go ahead and just kind of bring everything right back all the way along here. The roof building part is pretty boring because we're literally just going to be placing a bunch of stairs. So I'll tell you guys what, let me go ahead and finish this part up here and I'll be back with you guys. And I'll probably go ahead and get the different walls and everything else on here because our front one is our most detailed one. So I love doing that with you guys. I'll go ahead and get these other sides on here as well real fast. And I'll be back with you as soon as I can. All right, guys, welcome back. So I got a lot of progress done. The back side is now in place, ready to go. I've not put the floors in yet, and I still got to fill out these inner walls or the side walls, like that side and that side, because I am really close to running out of light gray concrete, which is what we're filling those guys in with. So I'm not able to quite do that right now. That being said, though, I did want to come in down here, and so we got this shop right here. I wanted to go ahead and kind of tuck into this little corner, somebody selling like some baked goods or something. So with that, I wanted to go ahead and make our first cake in this Minecraft world. That being said, I don't have any of the stuff on me. I got the buckets we need, but we need some eggs, we need some sugar, and we need some wheat. So we're going to be going on a little bit of a journey around the world here. Just doing a little mini tour, a little bit of a teaser here. Hopefully this doesn't lag too bad for you guys. Let's just not kill ourselves. We need to come over here, grab some eggs, or we don't have any chickens in this area, actually, do we? We need to come over here and go ahead and grab some milk because we have our temporary cow farm here, and we're actually going to murder up a few of these guys. I know, very friendly, very friendly stuff over here because we need to go ahead and get some leather too because this is going to be a leather goods shop after all. Oh, we do have chickens. Hi, chickens. Right, I forgot I made this little thing. Man, that looks really cool. Okay, over here, we need to go ahead and get some milk from these friendly cows. We need to do bam, bam, and bam. We got our 3 buckets of milk. Sorry, buddy, but I need a little bit of leather off you. 3 should be more than enough. Okay, cool. We got that. We don't have an egg yet, and I need to go get some wheat, so I'll meet you guys at Papyrus. Man, it feels good to be back over in this area. It's been quite a while since we've come through here. I'm always flying into the storage room and back out, but I don't actually stick around this area too much, so it's cool being back in here and just kind of wandering around for a few. This is going to be a big old world tour, guys. I don't even remember half the stuff we got in the world. All right, so we need those 3 guys right there. We got that ready to go. Where is our sugarcane area? We need to go ahead and grab up a little bit of this stuff. We got some sugar right there. We actually only need 2. I'm not making more than 1 cake here because we do not have that much milk. That being said, though, we need to now head over to our little egg farm that's been here since episode 2. Yep, that's been here a really long time. We can go ahead and jump down here into our first field, grab out a little of an egg. Actually, I already had an egg on me. Well, oops. Okay, well, we can make our cake now. That's pretty cool. Oh, man. First house ever, right over there. We'll be starting next episode off at that guy. Hopefully you guys are pumped for that world tour, man. I am so excited. Let's go ahead and see if we can't make this cake. Ooh, there we go. We got a cake. We got our 3 buckets back, too. And then I did want to go ahead and grab some bread as well. So we can go ahead and do you and just craft that up into a bunch of bread and throw that extra wheat thing back in there. I need to grab some light gray concrete. I think I have some extra powder lying around in here. as well. We got 1 concrete, we got a few stacks of powder. So I'll make that stuff up, guys, and I'll meet you guys back over at the build. All right, guys, welcome back. So I want to show you guys everything we got gathered up here. We got our cake in hand. This side wall is looking pretty bland because we do need to come back and detail it up if we're not going to throw our house directly right on there. So I left it for now because I'm not too sure on that one. However, these areas right in here is fully filled out for the interior. We got a little furnace right there with a chimney going all the way up to the top. Second floor I made kind of more with like that shutter feel again, using some stairs, kind of creating those really thick shutters. That was, or really, not shutters, sorry, beams. Like they're really thick beams of wood kind of holding up the next floor. Thought that was cool. And then we're up here in our final top floor, which is that thing going up to the top. This would be some sort of an attic. I want to bring in some white concrete along there. Just going to help finish that trim line going all the way around. Probably fill in those little bits with it as well. But that's a project for another day. We're running out of time on this one, and I got to get this finished up so that I can get ready for the world tour. Yeah, that's coming up. That's a thing. Okay, so first I wanted to go ahead and bring in a little bit of a flower area right throughout here. Just kind of using our acacia trapdoors again to to block this area out a little bit so people can't walk through it. And then of course bringing in those flower pots with our brand new alliums because I love these way too much. I might actually rename the block to be like Heather or something like that. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know because we can rename them through the texture pack. Should we do that for this one? So anyways though, that little area over here that I want to have like selling the goods and everything, we can go ahead and drop our cake in right there. And I figured we could go ahead and just take a bread and take an item frame, drop you right there and have that little stand, and maybe the person stuck up like a little temporary sign right out here with like bread for sale or like foods for sale, and I don't know. Just something like that. That would be kind of cool. Let's go and rotate him. Let's spin him around. Got a little crafting table right there if he needs to do some stuff, if he needs to work on a few things. Beyond that, we can go ahead and give them a little bit of a chest right here. Holds the rest of their bread. We can go ahead and just do that. There we go. We got some nice bread right in there. Cool. Actually using our item storage throughout this area. I'm really happy with this place so far. I think it's super cool. Throughout here, we're going to go and close that door. I was thinking we could go ahead and do something right like here, just again creating that darker alleyway feel. Before the commenter question of the day, I am going to go ahead and detail this area out here. I'm just going to do it myself. I want to throw a tree in there, and I want to make it like a little nice little sitting area down here with maybe some crates kind of piled up back along our back wall right here. So maybe like right there, some storage and things like that. And then beyond that, we'll have like a little tree popping up right through there to help break up that window. And yeah, let me go ahead and get that stuff done, guys. I'll be back with you guys for our final comment or question of the day before the world tour. So I'll see you guys in a little while. All right, guys, welcome on back. So unfortunately, again, no comment or question of the day, but for a different reason. I did have time, and I went through and responded to almost every single comment on the last episode, because episode 147, last Thursday's episode. There we go. I went and responded to almost every single comment or question you guys left, because I'd ask you guys, what do you struggle most with building? And like, what do you guys want to see yourselves in? What do you want to improve on moving forward? And what would really help you become a better builder? Basically, so like, what can I help you guys with? And a lot of people left a lot of great comments and questions and things like that. And there are so many amazing ones that I spent a lot of time actually responding to those and trying to offer some advice here and there. So if you guys want to go get some building advice, go reread through that stuff. But with that being said though, 100%, it seems like a lot of you guys are really down for some sort of like a building school series, or like a here's tips on how to build and kind of improving things, improving how your building abilities. Especially people want to see roof designs and diagonal houses and kind of making houses look more natural and outside of that little like 5x3 or 5x7 or whatever house style that a lot of people are using commonly, like the typical Minecraft house, generic house number, blah blah blah, that you always see everywhere. Seems like everybody really wants to try and break away from the mold of being able to do that. So I'll tell you guys what though, I don't know when it'll be happen. I'm going to try and make sure that I do it right, but I want to move forward with trying to create some sort of video series like that, with really trying to explain my thought process in building and offer a lot of tips to help create builds that are much more natural looking. Like these, like that's that same type of build, but just purely through a few little tiny changes, we're able to make it look a heck of a lot more interesting than it previously was. So I'll tell you guys what, you guys can hold me to this one. I'm going to be working on that stuff moving forwards. Again, don't really have an ETA on when that'll be out, but it's definitely going to be something I'm working towards. So thank you guys all so much for telling me how much you guys want to see that and how much you guys want to improve your build. So I'll be working on that moving forwards. But that's going to do it for today's episode. I hope you guys are pumped for the world tour. Next episode, I'm super hyped for it. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more work throughout this build, just kind of adding a few more trees like this guy. Very happy with this area. Came in here, added the tree, added a little bit of guy right there, and we got that guy, just little storage bits back in there. I think it worked out really, really well. Super excited with this. Really happy with how it's all looking. But yeah, that is going to have to do it for today's episode, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Please hit that like button if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you are new, and I will catch you on the flip side.